Welcome to Bible Study with Fred. I apologize. Excuse me. I missed today. Really, I love doing this, so that was sad. But I got violently ill on Sunday night and threw up everything else all night, and then had to take off the day of work sick. I couldn't even talk hardly. I'm still just recovering my voice now. I think it had something to do with some bad prune juice. But in any event, we're back. I'm back, and I wanted to talk about Genesis 11, and we're looking at 5 to 9, verse 5 to 9 in the King James Bible, and this is mankind's diaspora. We've talked about the great disaster, the flood. We've talked about the population bottleneck of Noah and his sons. And now we're talking about the great diaspora of mankind and how it began the immigrations, the migrations around the world, starting with 5:11, 5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. So, excuse me. There are a number of verses that refer to God coming to earth and to watching what is happening from a distance. Genesis 18:21. I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. If not, I will know. Exodus 19:11. And be ready against the third day, for the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. Psalm 11:4. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. Psalm 33:13. The Lord looketh from heaven. He beholdeth all the sons of men. Psalm 33:14. From the place of his habitation, he looketh upon all the inhabitants of the earth. However, the doctrine of the Lord's eminence or presence everywhere is also a major doctrine of the Bible. Jeremiah 23:23. Am I a God at hand, saith the Lord, and not a God afar off? Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, saith the Lord? Do not I fill heaven and earth, saith the Lord? This doctrine applies even to seeing the inside of a person, his thoughts and intentions, as the following examples show. Uh, Genesis 6:5. And God saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And Proverbs 20, verse 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Psalm 94:11. The Lord knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. Psalm 139:23. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Matthew 9:4. And Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, Wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? Hebrews 4:12. For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. The common sense application of verse 5 is for God to turn his attention to this activity. Just as earlier in 8:1, you remember Noah did not mean that he'd been forgotten, but that God's attention was now turned to his plight. Here, God recognizes that man's intention is to disobey and stand united against his will. This is why a one world government run by man will fail, because it will inevitably be founded on opposing God, as all the many facets of current day globalism have borne out. The powerful nations wish to impose their corrupt modern sexual morality, manipulative banking, business, and finance practices, and a bland, uniform, and non threatening religion around the world focused on materialism and submission to a worldwide plan of a faceless power behind the scenes. The control demanded by the beast and his henchman, the false prophet, at the end, as expressed in the book of Revelation, which is too detailed to go into here, is in direct opposition to God's authority over mankind. A mirror of this can be found in God's statements to Samuel about Israel's desire for a king like the nations around them in 1 Samuel 8. Here is the beginning of the languages of the world, usually unintelligible to each other, but having a common root in man's unique ability to form sentences, sentences within sentences, figures of speech, and all the thing that makes man's ability to communicate with words different from the abilities of the beasts of the earth, as far as we know now. Not only this, but the people have been scattered across the face of the earth. This may have been done by not only locating certain families everywhere from the jungles of South America to the bush country of Southern Africa, but also initiating the beginning of the great migrations from the Near East to the rest of the world, from Siberia to central Mexico. As the earth is still in the drying out process after the flood of Noah, mankind has constantly been on the move, one family conquering and murdering another family to take their land, only to be displaced by another family moving in. Kingdoms, empires, and even modern nation states like America and its global evangelists have been trying to recreate this first great effort to unite all of mankind under one head, under one banner, controlled by one city and one method of government, one ideal and one view of the world, with one tower or religion reaching to heaven. The final consequences will play out in the book of Revelation. Babel is the same word that Babylon is translated from, that infamous city in the land of Shinar, the fount of all false religion and rebellion that spread with man across the globe. And that's all we'll discuss today. I really appreciate you watching. I had a great time. I love doing this. Have a good day.